back to another day of curbside camp. I'm Mr. Goose, and today we're going to be making periscopes. There's a couple things you're going to need from your bag. There's 2 pieces of cardboard. There's one that's shaped kind of like a piece of paper and a long skinny one. 2 mirrors. And 2 sets of instructions. Some other tools you'll need are a pair of scissors, some tape, and an optional one is a ruler, or you can use the flat end of a table. I don't have one of those today, so I need the ruler. All right, so to get started, you're going to grab the piece of cardboard that's shaped like a piece of paper and the instructions that say periscope body pattern at the top of the page. And you're also going to need your tape and your scissors. So we're gonna start by taking our tape. We're gonna rip off a chunk about 2 inches long or so, and we're gonna make a taped donut. So you're gonna take the tape, where the sticky end is facing towards me, and you're gonna kind of wrap it around your finger and stick it back onto itself. So now it's sticky all the way around. Once you have one of those made, very lightly stick it onto the cardboard. You don't want to press it down because we're going to need to move those in a little bit, and we're going to make 4 of those. All right, once you have all 4 of your tape donuts made, you're finished with the tape for now, so you can set that off to the side. And the next thing you need is your instructions and your scissors. So you can see on this paper that there's a solid line that makes the outline of a shape. What we're gonna do is we're going to cut around that. You don't want to cut directly on it, but you wanna give a little bit of space on the outside. There's a space in the corner where you can see that there's a small ruler. If you notice, there's also a dark solid line surrounding that. So we also need to cut out that ruler shape. So once you have both of those cut out, you should look kind of like this, and I'll show you what we're gonna do next. We're going to be using the tape donuts to tape this rough outline to the cardboard, and then we're going to cut that out and we'll have our shape for the periscope. So I'm going to start off by trying to put each piece of tape in one of the corners. So I'm going to leave this one up here and reposition the rest. And kind of smush them down a little bit so that they stick to the cardboard really well. And you'll notice this one isn't quite to the corner here. We want to leave some space so that it's not accidentally in that area that's cut out. So you'll notice there's this one edge that we didn't actually do any cutting on. We're gonna try to use that and the most flat edge on our cardboard, and we're gonna try to line these corners up. That way, there's less cutting we have to do. Once you have your paper down, just go ahead and smush it down a little bit so that it's nice and flat, and you know that it's sticking to the tape. So now we have our instructions and our outline taped to our cardboard. The next thing we're going to do is use our scissors to cut around those edges of the outline so that all these edges are nice and straight. cardboard all cut out with our outline. So we're going to take this paper off in a little bit, but not quite yet. We have one more thing that we need to do with it. If you look at the pattern, you'll notice that there's dotted lines going down different parts of the pattern. What we're going to do is we're going to fold those on the dotted lines. If you have a straight edge table, you can use that. That's what I'm going to be using this ruler for. So line it up to your edge. If it's on a table, you'll be pressing down, but since I'm using a ruler, I'm actually going to lift up. And we want to make these folds nice and straight as possible. Once I have my fold started, I'm gonna flip it over and I can see the crease on the other side of the cardboard. And I'm just gonna fold it back the other way and press it down to get a really nice crease. So that's one fold, and then I'm gonna keep going with the other ones. Once you're able to fold it into this shape, you can go ahead and remove the paper pattern from the cardboard. And the next thing we need to do is we need to tape these edges where the body meets up with the other side so that it has some structure. So that's all we're going to do with the body for now. So we're going to set that aside. And we're going to grab our other pattern that says triangle mounts pattern at the top, our long skinny piece of cardboard, and our two mirrors. For this part, the first thing we're going to do is cut out the pattern. I'm going to cut directly onto the line instead of giving an extra space like we did on the other pattern. So go ahead and cut out both of these patterns. Now we're going to tape the pattern to the cardboard. Once you have the patterns taped on, you'll notice that the mirrors are about the same width as the cardboard, and we're not actually going to cut on the long edges. Next, what you're going to do is this edge of the pattern should be just about even with the cardboard. We're going to go to the other end and we're going to make a cut all the way along the cardboard on that edge. Now we're going to do the same thing that we did on the base of the periscope, and we're going to fold along the dotted lines. So now you should be able to make a nice little triangle shape like that. So we're going to repeat that with our other piece. Once you're able to fold them into triangles, go ahead and peel off the pattern. So the next thing we need to do, once you have that triangle shape, is put a piece of tape along that edge so that it keeps its shape. All right, we're almost done. You can set your other tools aside except for your tape, and then you're going to need your base, the two triangles, and the two mirrors. The first thing that we have to do is tape the triangles to the base. So you're going to take the triangle with the corner that is taped together, and you're going to place that right into the base like that. And then we're going to tape along these, we're going to tape along the edges here so that it holds that triangle in there. You can see that the triangle I put in there is a little bit wide for the box, but that should be okay. As long as it's taped in there, this next step should work just fine. Before we attach our mirrors, we're going to flip the body over and tape in our other triangle. All right, so now that we have both triangles taped in, we're ready to attach our mirrors. So you're gonna grab another piece of tape and make another tape donut. I'm gonna put that on the back of one of the mirrors. And I'm gonna go ahead and get another tape donut to put on that same side. And you're going to take the mirror and place it right on the face of that triangle. Just like that. Press it down to make sure that it's fitting all right. And if you look down into your mirror, you should see the triangle on the other side through that mirror. So now with our periscopes, you can look around walls or over tables and all kinds of fun stuff. The way periscopes work is that light enters the top of the periscope and the mirror reflects that light down the base of the periscope to the other mirror. The other mirror then reflects that same light into our eyes, and that's how we're able to see over things that we normally wouldn't be able to. I hope you enjoyed making periscopes today. I hope you get lots of great use out of this. We'll see you back here tomorrow for Decoder Cookies.